you still have feelings for Guillermo?
Oh, my.
Truth. The whole truth.
I will always love Guillermo.
She better be smiling ear to ear.
I'm Bulgarian. All of you gonna hear her scream tonight.
You were the love of my life. Like, I fell in love with you. But there was a point that I felt like the person that I fell in love with, it wasn't there anymore.
Things might be heating up for some of the couples in the tell-all house. But, sadly, some issues run pretty darn deep. Like, these are the sorts of issues that can't just be fixed with a few drinks and a little help from your friends. So let's rewind to the start and catch up with Georgi and Darcey and Kara and Guillermo. And we join them back at the tell-all house on night 2. Now, a group of them are playing Truth or Dare up in Kara's bedroom, and things quickly begin to get a little crazy.
I dare you, Darcey, to let Kara lick one of your nipples. Whoa!
That might be taking it slightly too far. Like, this is proof that Jasmine is determined to make tonight X-rated. Like, if you missed my last video about her and how she's determined to humiliate Matt with her feet stuff that frankly should have been behind a paywall, should have been restricted to her OnlyFans and not fed to all of us on our TV screens, then I'll leave a link for you to check that out at the end of this video, but be warned, you probably don't want to do that while eating your dinner. Still, as far as Kara's concerned, she is at least well acquainted with Darcey's boobs. It was only the other night, last night in fact, that she was fondling them and saying that she wants boobs like that too. But, for as acquainted as she might be, she does draw the line at going as far as Jasmine has asked. She says the maximum she'll do is to lick a side boob.
No, she has to lick twice for this shit.
No, I didn't say it. Yeah, double D's, baby.
Y'all are ratchet as hell.
Now, everyone in the room is crying and laughing, but not everyone's going to find this quite so funny. You see, Georgi is downstairs. He's not part of this game. And when he joins them upstairs for a brief moment, he gets the shock of his life when his wife gleefully announces to him that she just got some action.
More action here than I get with you.
By me.
By who?
Yeah, he's not happy, is he? Like, he doesn't actually say anything, but his face says everything you need to know. Like, let's not forget, Georgi tends to be a lot more conservative than Darcey, and this isn't exactly the kind of behaviour he expects from his wife. Now, it's at this point that Georgi heads back downstairs to the rest of the group and tells them all what he's just found out.
I just hear somebody upstairs lick Darcey boobs tonight.
Oh, yeah?
What'd you say? Somebody touched her boobs?
Lick it.
Who?
Guillermo?
Kara?
Oh, okay.
You can literally sense everyone's relief upon hearing that it's Kara and not Guillermo. Seeing as it's just Kara and not another guy, they tell him, it's just a bit of fun. Now, to be honest, I'm not sure I agree with that. Like, male or female, it doesn't really matter. If your partner is this uncomfortable with your actions, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. Like, Georgi clearly isn't happy with this. He's clearly uncomfortable at what Darcey has just done.
In the front of other people there.
They're having
Are you
fun.
doing that on
Oh, they're
spite?
having fun. That's the excuse, they're having fun. Let's go strip club. I'm just gonna have fun.
I don't even think it's about the licking part of the situation. At least, not completely. Darcey did this in front of other people. Her shirt had to be at least somewhat open. I think it's that bothers Georgi. Now, whether that is indeed correct or whether I'm wrong here, the whole scenario is clearly rattling him, because when Darcey joins them downstairs, Georgi immediately begins to question her.
How she lick your nipple?
Like this.
In the front of, in the front of everybody.
That's right, baby.
So everybody see your boobs upstairs.
Keep in mind, Darcey's dress sense, and in particular the amount of cleavage that she constantly shows, has been an ongoing bugbear for Georgi. Like, it's a constant source of arguing between them. So, of course Georgi's gonna hate the idea of showing her boobs to everyone. That shouldn't really come as a shock to her. But Darcey dismisses this by saying it was just innocent fun, and Georgi has no option but to be satisfied with that. Now, all of this has, however, brought up a bigger issue. The fact that Georgi and Darcey haven't been intimate with each other for 6 months. And all of the group want to dive into why exactly that is.
Ask him.
Ask me. You tire all the time. You know what the
Dad, stop blaming me for everything.
So
First
who should
and
I blame?
foremost. We both have to want it, but you know what I'm saying?
Darcey admits that she is a bit hormonal, but she also wants romance. It feels like both of them have just got so used to each other, it's become so mundane and boring that they both need to try a bit harder. But since now is as good a time as any, all of their friends encourage them to right here, right now, take the first step and get over this slump that they find themselves in.
Take a shot of tequila, make your way upstairs, and renew your 6-month membership.
Renew your membership.
Do you want to go in the room and have a sex?
Let's do it.
That seems like progress. I mean, Georgi is willing to let the whole Kara thing go and focus on their relationship tonight. And that is music to Darcey's ears. Darcey seems to be getting the love and the attention that she's desperate for. So the pair have another drink and then say goodnight, and all of their friends are crossing their fingers for them.
She better be smiling ear to ear.
I'm Bulgarian. All of you gonna hear her scream tonight.
Hold on a minute. For someone who's somewhat conservative, you might say, Georgi certainly is oversharing right now, isn't he? He needs to make up his mind, like he can't have it both ways. But as for Darcey, well, she certainly seems to be happy and relaxed. It's as if she's almost relieved that they've finally discussed this and they now have a plan. So with that plan, the pair head to their room and straight to bed.
Come to bed. Yeah, baby. Don't fall asleep. Wake up. Georgi, you feel like a dead body. I can't breathe. Help, help, help.
I don't think that calling for help was the screaming that Darcey envisioned. That's not really a good sign, is it? The fact that he'd prefer to just lie there dead than make love to his wife. Still, leaving Georgi and Darcey in the privacy of their room, let's catch up with Kara and Guillermo and rewinding back to earlier that night as they were all playing Truth or Dare. Kara chose truth, to which Matt asked her quite a tough question.
Do you still have feelings for Guillermo?
Oh my.
Truth. The whole truth.
I will always love Guillermo.
Look, they share a child together, so letting go isn't going to be easy. But it was only last night that the pair seemed like there may still be something there. It was the flirty exchanges, the looks that they were giving each other. It was even Guillermo saying that he doesn't believe that they fought hard enough for their marriage, which is ironic, he says, because Kara actually wrote a song called Try, but we didn't really try hard enough to fix things. But hearing Guillermo say this instantly makes Kara furious.
I tried. That's what I'm saying. It's what you don't get here.
No.
You just shut down. You didn't communicate while I was trying.
They clearly have very different views about how things played out. But one thing they both agree on is that this isn't the time or place to be having this discussion. Now, for the time being at least, they're willing to let this go and continue the game. And by the time Guillermo's turn comes round, their tempers have calmed and they're back to having fun. So what was his dare? Well, he was dared to dance for his wife, and he's more than happy to do so. He's not exactly going to win any prizes for his dancing, but they do have fun. Much needed fun. And the laughter and games even extends to Guillermo feeding Kara his sandwich with his mouth. I said it last week and I'll say it again. I truly believe that there's some unfinished business here. But be that as it may, at the end of the night, Guillermo still returns back to his own room. Now, when we join them the next day, when filming starts, the pair are instantly thrust into the hot seat. And just like that, all signs of the fun and games of last night immediately vanish.
So what is the status of your relationship?
Separated.
Separated.
Living separate. Co-parenting.
Living separate lives. Co-parenting.
Still married.
We're living separately, they tell us, and in fact, Kara is still living in the house that they bought together, a house that Guillermo's name is on the deed for. Kara reveals that she wants to take him off the deed and keep the house for herself. That's only fair, she says, because I was the one paying the mortgage. But, argues Guillermo, that's not the full picture, Kara. Yes, you were the one paying the mortgage, but I was helping out too. I was paying other bills.
It was like food and this and the other and the kid and
Specifically about the house, it was more so me. As our budget as a whole, it was sometimes more him.
Wait, so let me get this straight. They both paid bills and often he paid a bigger share of the budget, but because he wasn't specifically paying for the mortgage payments, she now doesn't believe that he deserves half of their house. Like, sorry, but how's that fair? It's not, is it? And yet, shockingly, Guillermo says that he doesn't care. Us fighting about the house isn't helping anyone, so I'm willing to give up my half, he tells everyone. In Guillermo's mind, they have a lot bigger problems than half a share of a house. For example, he says, I don't think that Kara respects me.
I think my general tone sometimes can be sharp, particularly if I'm upset or angry or whatever, and I think he finds that tone disrespectful.
No, Kara, Guillermo says, it's not just your tone that's disrespectful. It's also what you say, the names you call me, for example. You call me a mother or you say other things that make me feel disrespected. It's that, the way that she talks to him, that Guillermo has a big problem with. But for Kara, her biggest issue is that she feels Guillermo doesn't show up for her. Prime example of that was the party she held when she was releasing a new song this season. That was a party that Guillermo didn't even attend, and watching that back, that memory, that clip, gets Kara really emotional.
Somehow I've ended up married to someone that just doesn't support me. I just never thought it was gonna be that way.
Guillermo insists that her music isn't the problem, it's what happens after her gigs. She'll finish a gig, he says, but then she'll continue to party until 4 AM instead of coming home. Now, when asked why he doesn't go to her gigs and continue to party with her, Guillermo responds by saying, well, at these parties, Kara would drink a lot. I don't like who she becomes when she drinks, he says.
Kara, do you think you become a different person when you drink?
I think I become more fun when I drink.
For you, not for Guillermo.
Kara might be joking about it, but Guillermo doesn't find this funny at all. He says he genuinely believes that she has a drinking problem. If she were to stop drinking, he says, then many of our problems would just disappear. Now, Kara somewhat agrees to that. But, she says, I did try to stop for you, Guillermo, remember?
I looked at him and said, okay, maybe you're right. I can stop drinking. I will try to stop drinking because I want our marriage to work.
And how did that go?
2 weeks.
I mean, I definitely started drinking.
Honestly, if you can't even go longer than 2 weeks without a drink, even to save your marriage, then I think you might have a problem. Kara tries to defend herself by saying she didn't think it made any difference anyway. Our marriage was still terrible, nothing seemed to improve, so I felt like it was a waste to give up alcohol. But, that being the case, it does still beg the question.
Did you think you had a drinking problem, Kara?
I mean, there's definitely been times where I've gone too hard.
Okay.
Yeah, those looks of concern from her friends are definitely valid. But just as we thought we were getting to the root of one of their biggest problems, another problem pops up for Kara and Guillermo. This time in the form of the guy that she told Guillermo not to worry about. You see, Kara has a male friend, a friend that she has history with, a guy that she slept with, and a guy who to this day still hosts a lot of the Latin events that she sings at. That naturally, understandably, Guillermo isn't best pleased that she constantly parties with. And as it turns out, his gut instinct is right. He's right to feel very uncomfortable about this quote-unquote friendship.
I'll be very honest, if I went to him tomorrow and was like, hey, let's hook up, I have no doubts he would.
But that's not the point, Kara tries to argue. The point is, I'm not interested in this guy. My husband should trust me. Now, she maintains she's never betrayed Guillermo, but she also isn't willing to give up her music or her lifestyle for him. He knew who I was when he married me, she says. But while that may be true, this, like many other things it seems, is yet another thing that they fundamentally disagree on.
You were the love of my life. Like I fell in love with you. But there was a point that I felt like the person that I fell in love with, it wasn't there anymore.
Guillermo goes on to say that he feels like that's just something they need to accept. And that is pretty heartbreaking. Like, the truth is, these two have more problems than I can count. Like, there's fundamentally a lack of trust between them. Kara, in fact, says that she distrusts him. She suspects that he cheated on her because there was a night he arrived home late and looked dishevelled. It was very suspicious, she says. But whether true or false, and I don't think we're going to get to the bottom of that, but inevitably, the next question on everyone's lips is
the next step divorce?
We're just separate right now.
They say that they don't want to make any big decisions that will impact their child's life, without fully thinking it through first. Like, you've got to respect that. That is the right way to go about this. But clearly their relationship right now is a disaster. Like, it's very telling that Guillermo even admits he doesn't know whether he loves her for who she is anymore, or whether he just loves her because she's the mother of his child. I mean, that's a very raw confession, isn't it? These two are in a lot of pain, and while we have seen moments where they have a real connection, right now, as it stands, I'm really not sure that that will be enough.